Hello, we're so happy to be back after our break. We're excited to bring you the first of 4 special Henry's Library episodes that showcase how amazing being healthy can be and introduce you to more new books for you and your family to read and enjoy. Let's get started with today's adventure, Henry's Kitchen Competition. One afternoon, Henry, his friends Vanessa and Eric, and all of their parents were together at Henry's house. And while they were all playing in Henry's room, Vanessa had an idea. Hey, you guys, let's ask our parents if we can have a cooking competition. I've been reading a cookbook that has really good-looking food in it, and I've been helping my mom make stuff. I don't know. I do watch my mom sometimes, but Eric and I can't cook that well, Henry replies. Speak for yourself. I make myself stuff to eat all the time, Eric added. I've only ever seen you put Pop-Tarts in the microwave, said Vanessa. Oh, I remember those. Those were so good, said Henry. Thanks. I only put them in for 10 seconds. That's enough time for them to get warm and soft, but not so long that they get hard and dried out, replied Eric. Okay, let's focus for a second, guys. Are you with me on the competition idea? Said Vanessa. Yeah, Eric and Henry said at the same time. So they all went downstairs to ask their parents if they could have a cooking competition, and everyone's parents agreed that as long as one of them could set the stove setting for them, the kids could have their cooking competition, and the parents would judge their tasty meals. They would compete to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Henry and his friends were so excited that they each rushed into the kitchen, hoping it would be them who could come up with the best meal. The breakfast round. I can't wait. I'm going to make my parents' favorite, a croissant breakfast sandwich, said Henry. I'm going to make homemade raspberry waffles from Rosby Molasses' cookbook, Vanessa said with a proud smile. Sounds delicious, said Henry and Eric. What are you going to make, Eric? Asked Henry. You'll see, Eric responded. Henry's food took him 15 minutes. He fried 3 strips of bacon, took the croissant halves that his dad had cut out for him to make bread for his croissant sandwiches and toasted them. When the bacon was done, he added it to the croissant with cheese. The bacon is a little well done, but who doesn't like it crunchy? Henry said. It took Vanessa 25 minutes to stir her eggs and measure all the ingredients, including butter, sugar, vanilla, milk, and a few more. Then she whisked everything together and with the help of her dad, poured the batter into the waffle iron. When her beautiful golden brown waffles came out, she added her raspberries on top and slowly drizzled syrup on top of it all, just like a fancy chef. My homemade waffles look perfect. What about you, Eric? Vanessa asked. My meal's going to take a few minutes, Eric said. It took Eric 5 minutes to make his meal. He made scrambled eggs, but he didn't use anything to stop them from sticking to the pan, so he had to use the eggs that weren't stuck. No problem, he thought. He microwaved a couple of hot dogs for a minute. He placed the hot dogs on bread when they were done, and then cut each hot dog down the middle with a butter knife to put the eggs between the halves. Do your mom and dad like syrup, ketchup, and mustard, Vanessa? On hot dogs or eggs? Vanessa asked in a seemingly confused tone. Both. It's mustard for mine, said Henry. Eric carefully put the mustard on the hot dog. Try syrup, said Vanessa. Henry and his friends took their meals out, but nobody was holding what they had made. Instead, everyone was carrying someone else's food, so their parents wouldn't know who cooked which one. They all agreed to do it this way so that parents would judge their food more fairly and no one would play favorites. Here's our food, yelled Vanessa. After they brought out the food, the parents cut the meals up and each took a piece to try. After taking a vote, the parents made their choice and decided that round 1 went to the hot dogs. Why? Vanessa asked. The parents said they liked hot dogs and that the eggs made them even better. They liked how each hot dog had different condiments, allowing them to choose the one they wanted. They said the other 2 foods were good too. Vanessa was honestly surprised, even though she thought that might be rude to say that to her friends. She was going to tell them, good job, instead. The lunch round. It's time for the lunch part of our competition, Vanessa said. The friends went downstairs to start lunch. All of them had pans preheated for them by their adults, and they were ready to put their food ideas in them. I'm pan frying salmon to make hot and sour salmon with greens from my cookbook, Vanessa said. My mom is going to love this. I'm making her favorite kind of grilled cheese, said Henry. Are you sure your mom puts mayo on grilled cheese? Asked Vanessa in a slightly doubtful tone. Yeah, she puts lunch meat, 2 slices of cheese, and mayo on it, replied Henry. Yeah, my dad likes that too, Eric added. What are you doing, Eric? I'm making pan-fried salami. You just put salami in the pan and let it sizzle on both sides until it's brown. It tastes so good, Eric replied. Vanessa was confident she would win this part of the competition, and eventually the whole thing. When the friends finished making their food, they took it to the adults just they had done the last time, and the adults tried their food again. This time, Vanessa got the win. Good job, you guys, Vanessa said. Thanks, said Eric. I was sure my grilled cheese was so good that it was going to do it. That must have been amazing salmon, Henry said as a compliment. Thanks, Vanessa said. You guys are doing great, she replied. I think we're all doing great. This is fun. Any one of us could win, Eric said. Yeah, said Vanessa, but inside, she felt like she had to win. She was trying so hard and making the best stuff, right? Then she should win, she thought, but she wouldn't say that. Dinner round. Dinner time came around, and Henry and his friends went downstairs. They had their food ideas ready for the third part of the competition. What are you making, Eric? Asked Vanessa. I'm keeping it simple. A hot dog, replied Eric. Another hot dog? Asked Henry. It worked for me the first time, replied Eric. I'm going to make trout with orange and thyme, said Vanessa. More fish? Asked Henry. I want to see if my fish can beat Eric's hot dog, replied Vanessa. Eric opened the microwave and threw his hot dogs in. Neither of them landed on the plate, so he picked them up and dropped them on it. Oh, we'll see, Eric said as he shrugged, closed the microwave door, and set it to 1 minute. What about you? What are you making, Henry? Eric asked. Just a salad, replied Henry. Like your mom does it? Asked Eric. Yeah, replied Henry. My dad loves tomatoes on salad, said Eric. I'll add some, replied Henry. Henry added lettuce, croutons, baking bits, boiled eggs, and tomato to a salad. Vanessa finished her fish, and Eric took his hot dogs out of the microwave. Your microwave hot dogs have an unusual smell, Vanessa said. They do smell a little weird, Henry said. That's why you gotta put a lot of barbecue sauce on them, and it'll just start to smell like a barbecue, replied Eric. Okay, let's go, said Henry. Just the same as before, Henry and his friends brought their plates out to their parents. They tried each one of them, and the winner of that part of the contest was Henry. Vanessa was disappointed by the results. We all tied on cooking, said Henry. You know, you guys, I was upset about losing some of those competitions before, but I learned a lot about you from seeing the food you eat. And I'm glad I know my best friends better, said Vanessa in a warm tone. Thanks, Vanessa. You're the best cook out of all of us, said Henry. Yeah, and Henry snuck down here earlier, and we heard our parents talking about our cooking. And all they did was talk about how good you were getting, Eric said. Really? Asked Vanessa. Yeah, replied Henry. Thank you, guys, said Vanessa. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Henry's Library. Datavius Joyner wrote this story, and we're so glad you could be part of today's adventure. Please share this episode with your friends and family, and we'd love to hear from you. Send us a voice message or write us at hi@whatisblack.co to let us know what you learned about cooking and what you enjoyed most about the show. The books featured in this episode can be found at your local library or bookstore. We especially encourage you to support your neighborhood independent books. They're a great place to discover new stories and build community. Until next time.